Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're doing another cube Swiss draft. And let's see, I've done every color but mono green beets, and I don't have to force that here, I don't think. Gristlebrand's a pretty big pickup. If I pick up Gristlebrand, I can presumably, I don't know, move towards maybe a reanimator strategy of some sort. I'm trying to think of the best or a possible way to go reanimator in this format. I know they have mulch and maybe Tracker's Instincts, Grizzly Salvage. I think they just basically want you to do a rock reanimator deck, which I'm okay with. But I like stuff that's more aggressive, typically, as you well know. But maybe I'll try something a bit. Well, I mean, the thing about Reanimator is you still want it to be quick. It's not necessarily mid-range. There was an Entomb in there, which would also be nice. But I didn't know Underworld Connections was in this format. It's actually the first time I've seen that. There is Courser. Okay, that's pretty good. Jace is nice. Metamorph's pretty good. I feel like Underworld is good, but it might be a little difficult to use. But if I'm in green, I mean, I want some card draw. I mean, there's also Tendrils. No reanimate cards in here, though. Let's see. I mean, Tendrils can be very good. Basically, you want to play close to mono black, though, which I guess you're just playing the green for like self-mill sort of stuff. I'm going to take the Metamorph. It seems like a fairly safe pickup since you can hit a variety of different things. And the Corrupt, too. Jeez. Well, there's a Terastodon, which is a good res target, but so is Bone Shredder. So I think I'm going to take the Bone Shredder. It's also an Avacyn's Pilgrim. Good to keep in mind. But I'm going to take Bone Shredder. Alright, here's a Tracker's Instincts. So this is, I mean, it finds you creatures. Granted, you need blue to flashback it. Could also just take the Elder, but what? But I don't want to just play a rampy deck. I want to play an actual fill my graveyard reanimator deck. I mean, there's a good chance Tracker's Instincts wheels. So maybe I just take the Elder for that reason. But it's not like Elder's a good res target. But I guess there's not any good res targets in here. Or crazy cards for that matter. Mystical Teachings. Find removal spell. I guess I'll take Sakura Tribe Elder. Hope to wheel the, well, Eureka's. Eureka's pretty good with Gristlebrand. Gifts Ungiven's pretty good with res too. Commune with the Gods is the res card I was thinking of. Nykthos, pretty cool with Gristlebrand. I feel like Eureka is going to have a lot of upside, especially if we can get... I mean, Eureka is going to be amazing if we can pick up the Eldrazi. But we're going to have, if we have a high creature count, I think Eureka is going to be the best. But if we don't, that might not pan out. But we still could wheel this Commune with the Gods as well. Reclamation Sage is another good card, but I'm going to take Eureka. I feel like that could pay off for us. Alright, I guess here's a Grizzly Salvage. Granted, we don't have any Resurrection cards yet, but there's still time. Reanimate, Exhume, stuff along those lines. Let's see if we can't make it work. I'd like to. 3, 6, 9, 10. I mean, there's a good chance Grizzly salvage wheels, but I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't want my deck to be a mix of ramp and dig for stuff. That's not going to work out. So that's kind of why I don't want the rampant growth and Elves of Deep Shadow. I'd rather have either black removal or fill my graveyard, reanimate. So fatties, stuff that fills my graveyard, or reanimate. Can take, ooh, well, here's Tooth and Nail. But see, Tooth and Nail, the problem is you need the ramp to make it work. So it's not exactly what I'm looking for. I'm definitely looking for things that are more, like I said, they either put cards in our graveyard, or they're a fatty, or they're a reanimate card. Eureka still works, because ideally we'll have enough fatties, but Tooth and Nail seems kind of expensive. I guess I'll just take the Llanowar Waste. Alright, let's see, Mana Confluence. Martial Coup is a pretty strong card. Naturalize is probably main deckable. I think we'll take the Confluence. Opens us up for a little bit more diversity. Jeez. Not all that much exciting stuff. Let's take the Phantom Centaur. Well, this is a bit risky, I guess. Could take the Underworld here. I mean, if we end up getting a bunch of ramp cards, I'm going to want some card draw. So I guess I can take Underworld. Tendrils is an actual removal spell, but let's take the Underworld. Alright, and then a Corrupt. Genesis Wave, but I still don't feel like we're really rampy. I mean, I don't really feel like we're a Corrupt deck so much either. But if we don't end up with Reanimator, I want some fallback plan, so maybe I'll have to play Mono Black mid-range or something. I did get the Tracker's Instincts back. So we have the means to put, and Reclamation's pretty good. I guess Nykthos is good with Underworld and Gristlebrand, but I'm going to take the Reclamation Sage. So, yeah, let's get rid of Fire Blast. So I'm hunting for actual Reanimate cards, which will... This deck actually needs some work. Not only do we need fatties, but we need Reanimate. We need Reanimate, fatties. We have the means to put cards in our graveyard currently. Well, here's another fatty. So Avenger is a good one. Massacre Worm's a very good one too. I'd like the removal spell. No reanimates in here. Avenger is just really strong though, so we could probably just take that. I do like Massacre Worm a lot. Maybe I need the board wipe of Massacre Worm. Think about Massacre Worm versus Avenger. That's pretty insane. It's like the best answer. Yeah, I think it's one or the other because we're very easily, I think, wheeling the mulch. Maybe I'd rather reanimate something that puts out a bunch of dudes, or would I rather reanimate a dude that does a bunch of things to my opponent's creatures? I don't know. I feel like Avenger is a better win con. Especially if I can pay 1 mana to reanimate it and then play a land or something like that. I think I'm taking Avenger. There's a Diabolic Servitude, so that's what we were looking for. Alright. We'll take it. Here's some res. There's an Explorer in here too. And a Lifebane Zombie. Nothing too crazy. Findhorn Elves. Ramp's acceptable, like I said. It's just really not what I'm trying to achieve with this deck. This deck is... Here's an Emrakul, but... Emrakul's going to be sick with Eureka. Let's... Just for that combo alone, I kind of want to do it. The problem is Whip is very good with Gristlebrand. Very good. We're not going to wheel Emrakul. There's a chance we wheel Whip, but I don't think it's great. I would like Whip. Because I have the Eureka, I kind of want to play Emrakul. The funny thing about Emrakul is there's no way to res it. So if I play Emrakul, I'm pretty much solely playing it for Eureka. I could, if I found Show and Tell or the Through the Breach, I guess I could make it work too. It's pretty insane if I can do that. But yeah, I can never resurrect it unless I get an instant speed one, which I don't think exists. I guess I take Emrakul. I'm really hoping that Whip wheels, but if it doesn't, then so be it. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, polluted Delta, but not really. Don't really need it. Court of Calling. Pretty expensive way to. I mean, Court of Calling an Avenger to get an Emrakul out. It's kind of cool. It would only cost me 18 mana. No problem. Relic. Do I even need it? Yeah, I mean, sort of. Don't really want to ramp, like I said. Dark Ritual's not exciting for that same reason. I guess I'll take the Relic. Here's a Behemoth. That's a pretty good res one. Target. Otherwise, Edict is removal. Woodland Cemetery is fixing. Nothing else exciting. All right, let's take the Crater Hoof. Scavenging Ooze is going to be good against us, so I might as well take it. It's actually a fine card in general. And I can use it defensively. I mean, I can use it on my own guys if I have to, which is kind of nice. I don't think we're going to be able to play Obliterator. Abrupt Decay, I guess, is fine. Kills things. Nothing else really exciting in here. Finks is fine. Buy some time. Here's our mulch. Guess we'll take Lifebane. And looks like we did not wheel the card I wanted to wheel, unfortunately, but that's okay. So I guess I'll take Deranged Hermit. Spits out a bunch of dudes, which can be helpful. He's just like a one-man army, so it's at least a way to win. Yeah, this deck was a bit of a risk, but I figured you guys would want to see something unusual. Try and make Reanimate work. But we didn't see Reanimate Exhume, any of the really exciting ones, and we kind of missed up on the opportunity of Entomb. Night Howler is probably good with all this self-mill, so we'll take that. And it's like a 5-drop most of the time. Pride Mage is a good card, so I think we'll hate that. Augur. Satyr. Alright. So, right now, I guess we're a deck that needs some work. I mean, we do have Avenger Craterhoof, so the problem is we didn't pick up the ramp because we were hoping to dig up some actual res cards, but can't really find them. I think we probably do E-Witness. We're going to be self-milling a lot, so getting stuff back seems pretty valuable. I like Primal Command too. Arbor Elf's Ramp, which is fine, but I'm still going to try and refrain from doing a bunch of ramp cards. Not because they're bad necessarily, but I think they really shine in green-blue. Basilisk collars, I mean, pretty good with fatties, but take E-Witness. All right, there's a Shriek Maw, which would have been a good reanimator target. Wolfer Silverheart's pretty big dude. I think we just want the Shriek Maw, get some removal. In creature form. Solemn. Could take prime time, I guess. If the ramp deck doesn't work out, then ramp with big fat fatties like Primeval. Currently we have a Sakura Tribe Elder and like a Relic. Yeah, but having all these fatties is nice with Eureka, actually. Is there any way to find Eureka? Maybe I screwed that up. There's some way to, if I could find Eureka. I don't know. Take the prime time. All right, Cobra is an option. We don't have any fetch, though, which makes it worse, but it is a 2-drop. Could also take Visara, who can, I'm sure, flip a game if it goes unanswered. I kind of feel like we already have a lot of early stuff to do, and if I Eureka, then maybe it'll justify all these huge fatties. I feel like I have enough. Guess we could take Cobra. Here's a Bop. We didn't get any res cards besides the Diabolic Servitude. It kind of sucks. That's alright. Take Birds. I am pretty surprised. Guess we can take Garrick. Nothing else. Stomp Hauler's pretty good, I guess. But we already have the Reclamation. Rancor on a, I don't know. Nothing. Just hate the Kiki Jiki. I don't want to play against combo. There we go. This is actually a super strong card. Stronger than Pulse, in my opinion. But yeah, Deluge is pretty sick. Primal Command. Does Collar do anything for us? Probably not. Primal Command's a good card. Can't believe we only got one res spell. It's so weird. Lawless Troll or Regrowth. Regrowth with the self-mills probably pretty good. I don't think we're likely to play Lawless Troll, so... Well, I guess Lawless Troll gets cards in your graveyard, which is actually good for Servitude, but that's it. Maybe we need it. We have enough creatures. Night's Whisper, card draw seems fine. Curse of Predation, I guess, is good with Avenger and Hermit. But, I mean, there's nothing else anyway. Helix is probably the best card in here. Baleful Strix, second to last. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And last pick, Forbidden, which is actually reasonable with what we're doing, but... So I tried to make a Reanimator deck, ended up making a pseudo-ramp, pseudo-Eureka deck. I think the problem with Emrakul is the only way to get Emrakul out is Eureka, which doesn't bode that well. I mean, we have a lot of cards to make a deck with, which is nice, but... This is not exactly what I wanted. For now, we got to make a lot of cuts. So let's cut. Let's cut corrupt. Probably cut. I thought I got tendrils, but maybe I didn't. I have Underworld Connections and Night's Whisper. Maybe I don't need both. I feel like Underworld's probably slower. I'm not going to have a lot of life unless I have Gristlebrand, but if I have Gristlebrand, I'm drawing enough cards anyway. I do have Kitchen Finks, I guess. I want to keep my creature count high. That way Eureka's still really good. I do have a board wipe, which is nice. Curse of Predation. I mean, it's good with our token generators, but I probably don't need it. Tracker's Instincts. The only way to play the flashback is Confluence, Birds, Cobra. That's actually more than you might think. Ways to get it. Sakura Tribe Elder, technically, if I ran an island, but I don't know if that's worth it. Night Howler, potentially good, I guess, if I'm self-milling a lot. I probably don't need the Primal Command if I'm self-milling. I probably don't need the Phantom Centaur, or at least I can run it out of sideboard against the mono black alongside something else. I thought I had another mono or a pro black, but maybe I don't. Lifebane, probably a better sideboard card. Reclamation Sage is good, main deck though. So ramp cards we have are Birds, Cobra, Elder, Relic. It's not that many. The only way to play Emrakul is with Eureka. So do I want to stick with that plan? I don't know. I mean, you also don't want to mill Emrakul is the problem, because then you'd lose all of your... Emrakul's pretty much just good with Eureka, and then you still don't even get the extra turn. I think we got to cut Emrakul. As cool as it is with Eureka, I've got a bunch of other expensive stuff to do. Do I probably have to play 18 lands in here? I don't know. Maybe. I got one Reanimator card. Pretty unimpressive. Four more cuts. I do kind of want to keep the Eureka in case I got a grip that's got like a couple of my 8 drops in it or whatever. I've got a little bit of time buying in the beginning, which is nice, but not as much as I'd like. We're not ramping that much, so maybe I don't need the Night's Whisper. We'll try and stick with the self-mill for Night Howler, or get back with E-Witness, or fill the yard for Ooze to get fat and gain us life from, or Diabolic Servitude. So, I mean, at least there's things we can do. I mean, admittedly, Servitude and Night Howler aren't great together, since one exiles dudes and this rewards you for having a bunch of dudes in your yard, but I still think it's okay. I mean, his deck's pretty bad overall, but It's playable. Instinct, mulch, salvage to fill the yard. Eureka to empty the hand of fat things. Metamorph for what? To copy our own fat or theirs. I'm like running out of time. I gotta make 3 more cuts. Let's ditch the, I kind of want to ditch the troll, but maybe I keep the troll and ditch the instinct, since I'd rather have mulch or grizzly salvage. Alright. Two more cuts. Garrick seems pretty good since I can get some nice green off of it, but geez. Can't cut any of the fatties. I don't know. Maybe Finks for sideboard. I do like having life gain. I don't know, I'm running out of time. I can't decide. Maybe the ooze for life gain. Which one do I like more? I guess with our deck, ooze potentially is better, but it also exiles from servitude. But the ooze grows, which is kind of nice. But the Finks is a nice roadblock. Pretty color intensive, not much fixing. Yeah, it's tough. I think I'm going to cut the ooze. And I think I'm going to cut I really don't know. I don't know. What's the weakest card? Maybe it is the troll. It's a way to get cards in my yard, though. That's the problem. It's even kind of cool with Night Howler. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm running on a minute here. All right, I guess I'll cut the troll. I honestly have no idea what to cut. I'm just having too much problems with this deck. So this deck didn't turn out like I wanted. I think it's pretty bad overall, but I don't know what to do about it. It's too late now to redraft it. So kind of wanted to do Reanimator, but can't expect your decks to always pan out. So let's go up to, what is that? That's 3, 6, 8, 10. Is that 10 of each? It's 10 green, 9 black. It's not much black. But, I mean, I see why we need the green. But I need 4 black for a Gristlebrand. I'm going to cut 1 more green, add 1 more black. Call it a deck with 18 seconds to spare. Yeah, this one's pretty bad. I do not expect to do very well with this, but I will try my best.